Welcome back to the channel. Jack of the Crime Chronicles here. Back with another trailer reaction review, and we'll be looking at the teaser for Cowboy Bebop, which I am not incredibly optimistic about, but hopeful for. I'm hopeful that it's going to be a good series. But yeah, so I came out last week, and I've been trying to catch up. There's so many trailers I got to catch up on, like a ton. I haven't done Stranger Things, so yeah. Let's see how this is. I'm really not 100% sure how this is going to be, but it's hopefully going to give a good representation of like what the series is going to be. So let's find out. Okay. I like that. The hell? What the heck? Love that song. It's kind of weird, but what the hell? That looked cool. I mean, he's got like the look, I feel, but it's Spike just. But it just, I don't know, he looks oldish. That's pretty sweet. And Jet sounds awesome. Like, I think that's gonna be awesome. Faye, I don't know. There's no payout if you shoot him in the face. That was him, please. I got him with 3 clean slugs in the leg. I never missed. Aim for his leg. You aim for the face. I did not. You clearly doesn't have a face. Oh man. Huh. Oh, there's the heck yeah, there's Spike shit. That's cool. Alright. November 19th. Alright. Well, there's that. So I don't know. The visuals were really good, I thought. Like, again, I always say I like the crisp, darker like look and everything. Some of the fighting was kind of I don't even know. Some of it was really good. Like when he had the pole or the bow or whatever and stuff. That was cool. But yeah, some of it's kind of like slapsticky. But this anime there was like, it wasn't always like serious. In fact, there's a lot of stuff that I'm worried about that they were trying that I don't know, this almost implies that they might try to take some of those weirder elements of the anime that you don't really translate well into another medium like live action, I feel. At least personally. But I've had that stuff with like I don't know if they'll ever do like an Akira movie or series live action. They've been trying for forever, but like in the anime, I'm always weird about certain things where like just like they'll like pull a tooth out or like just throw up randomly and it's nothing to do with the story and whatever. And that stuff wasn't like an Akira. I wouldn't want to see that in a live action. So there's some of that in Cowboy Bebop where there's like things that are not very realistic at all that due to the anime and the nature of that medium that makes sense and it's fun and whatever. So this seems to keep some of the fun, like with the frames and everything. I mean, I'm really hoping obviously that this is just for the teaser trailer and that's not something prominent in the series. That I feel would be very detracting. But I'm assuming it's just for the teaser trailer and just kind of giving you a little setup and how everything is. And that I think is good. Actually really well done and fun. John Cho for Spike, I don't, something about it is like he just looks, maybe because he's looking upset or just, I don't know, but he looks a little older than I was kind of expecting. I know like that was a thing people were saying like, oh, he's older, he should whatever, but he doesn't necessarily look old. But for some reason in that, some of it he looked kind of old, but whatever. Um, I'm more worried like he wasn't as like what would you say? Almost like carefree, whimsical-ish and stuff. So I don't know, kind of serious. I mean, he does get serious in certain parts. A lot of that is like determined on the situation, especially with Vicious and whatever. But and then Vicious intro was interesting. I've been kind of worried about Vicious, almost kind of like everybody's concerned about the main three characters, and I think the costumes are fine. I know there was stuff about Phase not being quite like the anime and whatever, and yeah, they probably could have pulled it off, but it's like whatever. This seems fine, um, but Vicious was the one that I was kind of worried about. I don't know, something just how the look. I don't know. So I'm hoping it's decent. So and you couldn't really tell there. It was all dark and shadowed and whatever. And they had the voice and I don't know. We'll see because obviously and they played the song from the anime, which is great. That was kind of associated with them, and so I don't know. I'm I like that trailer, the teaser trailer. I understand that there were oddities and just fun, whimsical things in the anime, but like that would be mostly the frames, where they're coming and pulling the frames actually and manipulating that, which is pretty cool and just different for a teaser. But in the anime, I hope that's not there. I want it to be really more straightforward, which might lose some of the fun of the anime because it was kind of wacky and over the top and a bunch of stuff, and they can still do like over the top for some stuff, but and I'm hoping that John Cho like Spike is like a lot more uh, like carefree, loose, just like even when he's fighting, even when tough situations, he's kind of got like a cockiness to him, and he always kind of does, and it's just more like he just knows that he's better or whatever, or just feels that he is or whatever. And so hopefully that comes across better, and it's not just like always serious like and whatnot. So I don't know. I will give this an oh my nuts rating of an 8.75. Um, I thought the trailer was really well done. The cinematography was good. Obviously, there's no like Ed or Ein. I don't think was even in there unless I missed it. But um, yeah, and Ed is a situation that's what I'm most worried about. But supposedly it's rumored Ed's going to be in it, and maybe towards the later half of the season. I'm assuming they're hoping for multiple seasons. I know this isn't a direct frame for frame like translation of the anime and the episodes and sessions and stuff, but so I don't know if it's going to be like spliced in between or whatever, because the other teaser, which was the intro, shows a lot of elements and specific scenes from that original anime and those specific sessions. And so that's what worried me, was like, okay, so they have these people like cast for this and for these roles, so are they actually going to be trying to directly translate some of these, or are they going to kind of like fall in between the sessions and like stuff that maybe happened in between, because they said they were like trying to add to the lore of the Cowboy Bebop. So I don't know, and I wish I wouldn't have looked up in a movie database info because I was looking for it, because I knew that they had like, I swore they had cast them, and then I'll cast her, and then like all of a sudden she was no longer seen, and I'm like, what? So I don't know, but I came across some other stuff that might be spoiler esque, but who knows? So anyway, I thought this was a good teaser trailer, and I'm trying to be hopeful for the series. I like the way they look. The big thing would be the interaction between them all. They're always going at each other, and that bickering banter is like a lot of what is enjoyable between them. And you know, so it looks like that's going to be intact. The special effects and everything, especially when they like zoomed out and showed the ship, and then you saw Spike's ship, and it's just that was cool. So it looks really good. So I don't think that's going to be lacking in any way. But I'm still going to be just hesitant about I'm just hesitantly optimistic. Because it could be really good or it could really suck. But this does not give me the impression that it's going to suck at all. So I'm a little more hyped about it. And again, kind of a interesting original like teaser or trailer or whatnot with some of the elements. I just am kind of hoping those are only for this to kind of like build up hype and everything, and that it's left out of the main series because like I said, and this might be uh, something people would argue against me for is, but I would like it to be a little more straightforward just because it's live action and it's a different medium. Like you can't recreate, and maybe you shouldn't recreate a lot of the stuff that happens in an anime or whatever, manga or whatever, because those get even more unrealistic, fantastical, whatever. But you get away with it because that's the medium and that's part of the charm of it. But then you losing some of the charm if you try to make a live action without that. I don't know. So we'll see. And the other thing is, I want to see Spike not so serious, like when he's fighting. Like I want him to think, like that he's, you know, like he's a badass, and he knows he is, and he's cocky, and that's part of the thing. He's kind of like a loose cannon kind of thing. So, but yeah. So, and that was kind of in there, but I don't know. We'll see. Looking forward to this, and I'm hoping they do it justice. I think it's going to be like a 10-part series, which is good. They didn't try to. I was always worried they were going to try to do like a 2-hour movie and just botch it all to hell. So at least this time you got that 10 episodic session availability to kind of flesh things out. And I won't go into some things I saw in the memory database that kind of made me wonder things. But yeah, so anyhow, what do you guys think? Did you like the intro, which kind of, they had a trailer for that before where it was like the full intro and they showed like clips and pieces. Like I said, it was like meshed together some of the old, the original episodes, scenes and stuff, characters and everything. And what did you think of this? Are you hoping that the actual series is more like this, where they have all of the kind of odd like the framework and everything and like interacting with the frames? Because I feel like that's almost like it's kind of like breaking the fourth wall barrier kind of thing. Maybe not quite, maybe it's not considered quite the same, but kind of, or it's like interacting with an environment that's not actually in the environment, because it's like as the viewer it's our view. So as the audience, that's what we're seeing or whatever, but then they're interacting with it. So I don't know, but do you hope that stuff like that is in there? Because I do hope it's kind of like, it was campy, and like having some of that would still be good, but that was a little much, I think, crossing the line, I feel, and like for a teaser and just kind of like trying to showcase the stuff like that. That's okay, but in the main series, I personally would like it to not be prevalent. So, but do you think it should be? Are you hoping that they do kind of mimic or like translate a lot of the old sessions right into live actions? Not necessarily like frame for frame, but in general, a lot of those stories. Or are you hoping that it's more like episodes and sessions that happen in between what we know from the anime, and like for that lore world building and stuff to add more, that's so it's different than the anime because that's its own thing? So does this trailer get you excited about it? What do you think about the characters, their looks, even the special effects? A lot of it was towards the end, but the fighting, the choreography, a lot of that seemed good. Some of the interactions vocally just seemed like it'll be good, the banter and everything. So I don't, just let me know what you think below. I look forward to hearing what you guys think. And yeah, so I'm gonna try and do a few more trailers, get some board game. I didn't do board game last week, so I'm hoping to catch up on that, and pack opening. So yeah, just stay tuned, and I appreciate you checking out the video. And until next time, take care.